Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a small surprise for me and I hope for you as well. Yesterday it was Valentine's Day. After many years of marriage, it's not a big deal with my husband and I. It's just a normal day, but I thought I deserved a small romantic treat for myself, and I bought this small A.Gallo set. It's not a set actually. I have bought 6 open stock colors and I have received them in this little box. Let's unbox it together and let's swatch it. While I open it, I just would like to make a little discussion with you, my friends. If you are on this channel, it means that you're pigment nerds as well. And I don't want to ruin this. And it's true, I have more watercolors than I can use. But it is also true, for instance, that I don't smoke and that the passion for watercolor cost me less than my budget if I smoked. I used to smoke when I was younger, very silly of me, but I don't now. So the budget that I could invest in cigarettes, I put it on watercolors, for instance. So I think it's quite innocent. There is no harm. It's true. I spend some money, but it's money that I make with watercolor because it's money that comes from my Skillshare lessons. That's the money I spend on watercolor. It makes me happy. It's no harm. And I choose. It's a matter of choices. I don't buy cigarettes. I buy less clothes than I could because I like to buy art supplies. So if you feel guilty because you buy art supplies, just think that if you don't smoke, you can invest more or less the same budget. But let's open this beautiful little set. It says custom because it's 6 colors that I have chosen myself. Before we open, we see what was in the package. There were 6 magnets, so probably there is a little tin box for free inside, but I don't want to grow hopes before I see, but these magnets let me think that probably there is a small tin box. There is a dot card, Perilene Maroon, very interesting. There is a business card, grazie mille, with an image of their shop in Assisi, and the coupon for next time. So I will put this away. Alina is Alina Gallo, and this beautiful postcard of Assisi. It's a place where they make A.Gallo with the story of the Gallo watercolors, finest quality, eco-friendly, artist made. It's not my first. I already have a mixing set by Gallo and I have a video about that, but these are 6 new colors that I really wanted to try. So this lovely little box, this is so luscious. It's pure luxury. Wow. Yes, there is a small tin box. How cute. Look at this. This is adorable. Wonderful. In Italy, they used to sell mints in boxes like this, but I don't find them any longer. Quite desperate. I'm looking for them. A small swatch card and my 6 colors that I will soon swatch, and they are earth green, this is dragon's blood, this is Pietra Rosa. This color is supposed to be the same color of buildings in Assisi from the stones of Monte Subasio, a local mountain. Green earth. Ultramarine pink. Wow, I wanted this for a long time. Mineral violet. And Notturno. This is Notturno. It's a mix and it's a shadow color. Notturno, you know, like the Notturni, the Sonnet by Chopin. Okay, let's swatch them. This is already kind of happiness, right? Let's swatch them. Look at the beautiful handmade painted swatch card. They are wrapped in this swatch card. I remember that was not so easy to open up. Oh wow, this is great. She has written handwritten the name, so I will always know which one is which. I'll be back when I'm finished. Notturno. I'm obviously very excited to swatch these new colors. A.Gallo is a very, very luxury brand. It's a handmade brand made in Assisi, and their colors are always of the highest, finest quality. Handmade watercolors are slightly different from professional industrial brand. I tend to prefer big brands like Daniel Smith or Winsor & Newton, but handmade watercolor has a charm, has a whole world behind that makes it very special. So for a collectionist like me, and gives a lot of joy to paint with them. Handmade watercolor. Let's start with Ultramarine Pink. This is a pigment PV 259, the genuine pigment of Ultramarine Pink. This is the first time in my life that I swatch this pigment. It's a comparison that I would like to make sooner or later. And it's a delightful pink. It's a delightful pink. It's very delicate. Being part of the ultramarine family, like the ultramarine violet or the ultramarine blue, should granulate. I'm not sure of the relation between these three pigments, ultramarine violet, pink or blue, but I will investigate and let you know. But originally ultramarine, at least for blue, comes from the fact that it was made by lapis lazuli, a stone that comes from far away, over the sea, oltre il mare in Italian. That's why ultramarine, oltre il mare. Because originally it was made with lapis lazuli. Of course, it's not anymore the case. Lapis lazuli is a pigment on its own, but I'm not sure in the case of pink what it means, but it's really beautiful. It's a cold pink, it's granulating, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Now, Notturno. And as you see, it's a granulating dark violet. It's a shadow color, actually. I think it's absolutely a shadow color. It has blue, red iron oxide, and PV19, which you never know if it is quinacridone rose or quinacridone violet, but in this case I think it's quinacridone, maybe rose, because you already have PB29, so it gives this rosy undertone, which is absolutely delightful, very granulating. This is beautiful for shadow, wonderful. Then we have this Pietra Rosa. Inside, it's a mix of 3 pigments. I'm not a single pigment fanatic, not so orthodox. For instance, Sennelier has some lovely mixes that you can use straight from the tube and absolutely delightful. It's much warmer than Ultramarine Pink. It has, as I said, PR233, which is Potter Pink, one of my go-to colors for buildings. PV19, Quinacridone Rose, and PV16 Manganese Violet. I just made a comparison of all my violets, and PV16 is probably my most favorite in this moment. After that comparison, it's a granulating, slightly more intense than Cobalt Violet, but it's beautiful rose. So this is absolutely wonderful, this Pietra Rosa. Look at the delicate granulation. Doesn't go very dark, but maybe slightly darker we can reach. We can reach maybe. Oh, this is so beautiful. You see the beauty of handmade watercolors, that they have some unique hues. Look at this. Wonderful. Really wonderful. Now we have green earth. Green earth, I use green earth or terre verte quite often because it's a very organic, delicate green. It's also very nice to paint pottery. I like to make this pottery challenge on Instagram. The name is Pottery Paint Challenge, and I think I will use this very soon. I hope to get soon the opportunity to paint a vase with this green. Nice flow on paper. All green earths are not very saturated. It's very low tinting color. It's kind of a weak color, but that's its beauty actually. Look at that. Now I go with Dragon Blood, which is natural red 31. It's a natural color. It derives from resins. There is an explanation on their website. And my Maria also has a Dragon's Blood Sangue di Drago, but it's completely different, another pigment. This is really low tinting, very weak, but also beautiful. I think that this would be ideal for urban sketching, at least for an urban sketching in Italy, because I think this, more than this, is the color of many buildings in Italy. It gives a very textured and flocculating result, with some areas with more pigment and areas with naturally less pigment. Has a natural intense granulation, and it's also typical of handmade watercolor. Beautiful color, very delicate. I like colors that are delicate and not so staining. And then I have manganese violet, called mineral violet, PV16. From the pan, it looks more bluish than the versions I have. And yeah, it's a mauve actually. It's a beautiful mauve. It's like a dark lavender. That would be ideal to paint wisteria actually, like the one that I'm teaching my last class on Skillshare. Ideal for wisteria, this one. Beautiful granulation, look at this. I like when the paint distributes on the paper in this messy, organic manner. It's one of my favorite features of watercolor is when watercolor decides what to do and all you have to do is sit and watch. I really love that aspect of watercolor. I have tried several sketches with this limited palette, but it was really too limited, so I was not completely satisfied with all of them, but I will show them to you. First one is an imaginary Italian village. The second sketch is a cute rabbit, the flop-ear rabbit that in Italian we call coniglio ariete. I love them. It wasn't easy to draw a sketch with such a limited palette. In real life, of course, I would use these colors together with other colors. I didn't have yellows or browns. I tried to mix some darks, but that was just an experiment to see what kind of results I could get with these new colors that I bought from A.Gallo, and they're very easy to use. I love the granulation. I love the kind of sky that you can get mixing ultramarine pink and manganese violet here, PR259 and PV16. The Notturno, the shadow color, is really beautiful, very dark, very nice granulation. The dragon is almost invisible, so I'm not sure how much I will use this in real life, but for washed out buildings, I think that will be great. And the green earth, the terre verte, is really a delicate, nice organic color that fuses very well with the other colors that I have used in this sketch. The third sketch is a gemstone heart. Let's see what I can get with this palette. So you see that I have tried this small palette extensively just to make a final judgment, which is not final because it's a very limited palette. It's difficult to play, but I have tried it in quite a few sketches because it was not easy to paint with such a limited palette. It's not a complete palette. It's difficult without a yellow, without an earth color to sketch, but what I did was, I think, enough to understand that these colors are very fascinating, a lot of charm, and they have a lot of possibilities in buildings, in urban sketches, in sky, maybe less in rabbits, but he's cute. I also think that they don't get muddy here. I have mixed them like crazy and I haven't got a muddy result. And this is what I wanted to check out with this heart. It is a Valentine heart, but it's also trial to see if I could mix them without fear, and I think I can. So my final thoughts, let's wrap up my final thoughts. These colors are really beautiful. They have an incredible granulation, some of them, especially the Notturno and the manganese violet PV16. The ultramarine is also slightly granulating and very nice. I'm in love with this Pietra Rosa, this warm pink that uses spotted pink as a base, but it adds some strength with the PV19 and PV16, because Potter's Pink is very, very weak as a color. I like it very much. I use it very much. But this new version with this premix is fantastic. I think I'm gonna use this one very, very much. Dragon's Blood is a bit weak in the swatches, but I have used it with more strength in roofs, and I think, let me see here. Here is stronger version, and I think you can get darker than this. This is not the darkest you can get, and it's, I think, perfect. It's perfect for walls and buildings because it has an incredible texture, so you don't need to add any splatters after, but it's enough to get great textures for old walls, old buildings. And the green earth is very nice one. It's a color that not anyone likes. I like it very much because it's so organic, so delicate. So this is very nice version as well. Maybe in a future video I will swatch my green earth side by side just to understand what you can get in this family of colors of green earths. So thank you very much for having watched this video with me. I hope there were not too many sketches. And if you like this video, just let me know and comment below in the comment section. You know, I'm always happy to listen to you and chat and know what your experience is with these colors or other brands that may be comparable. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it's a good moment to do so. I would be so happy if you support my channel by subscribing and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. Ciao, ciao. I see you in my next video. Ciao.